Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. Before you enter the shave, this video is brought to you in part by Grown Man Shave. Now for a 10% discount off of your entire purchase, use the code TheTravelingShaver for that 10% off. Now for the gear, I am using a PAA Doppelgänger. This is the Tricolor, or as you can see right there, the little moose antlers. This is a dupe or homage, whatever you want to call it, to Sir Schmoss from Wetshaving, the same company that makes Tabak. And because I love the scent, I do have the Sir Schmoss splash. And I can't use a German scented homage soap, German splash, without using a German razor, going with the Dovo shavette with custom scales made by none other than the wonderful John June. And everything has been whipped up beautifully in the HC&C lather bowl. And the brush, normally I would go with the Craving shaving brush with my German flag, but I'm using the Mühle hexagon, which I did get at Grown Man Shave. Now, the Mühle hexagon is a fantastic brush. I mean, it's a small knot. You can probably see how small it is. But it is very, very nice. Whipped up this lather here in this HC&C bowl exceptionally well and easily. I've had zero issues with this knot, doing face lathers, bowl lathers. They all work very, very well. It's a soft knot, but it has a backbone. And one thing I think is really cool with this handle as well, or this brush, is this is a synthetic knot. It is also available in a badger knot. However, if you wanted to get just one handle, let's say you're like, hey, I want the handle, I want to get a synthetic, and later on you say, you know, I'd like to try this in a badger, you can get just the knot from Mühle. I'm already blooping. So you can get the knot. Regretfully, the knots are not available. It's just as a standalone from Grown Man Shave. Good night, Thomas. I haven't tried their the natural hairbrush, but that synthetic, man, that is a dang great knot. Now, as mentioned, the Dovo shavette, they have the green insert with a Persona hair shaper blade in here. I'm not sure what to use. If you have a Dovo, if you can find one of these green inserts, definitely go for it. You can get the Dovo from Grown Man Shave as well. I've had this one for a while. This is actually, I think, my first shavette that I really got serious with. So as always, there will be links below. I was blooping. I can feel the blade. This could take a little bit more water. So this has a little bit of blade feel. Still not gonna bloop, but that's some thick lather on there. Oh, bloop. There we go. Finally blooped. Maybe that passes the UN test. Maybe that counts. It wasn't necessarily near the beginning, but it was definitely before the middle point of my first pass. Lather does rinse off very easily, so we'll give it that. I love this Dovo. This thing is just amazing. And those scales. Seriously, video, pictures cannot do this thing justice. John did a phenomenal job on those scales. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, what'd you get? Just, you know, a plastic handled Dovo rescaled, especially by someone as brilliant as John June. Because of sentiment. I've used that Dovo all over the country. I've used it at when I've traveled for slingshot tournaments. I've taken this Dovo to a lot of places. Now it sits at home because these skills are amazing. And I have a metal handled Dovo. But the scales keep coming loose. I have the pins tightened and they keep coming loose. So I'm tempted to send that one to John as well and have him rescale that one. But then I actually wouldn't travel with either one of them. Which right now, anyway, I travel with an IBC. On those rare occasions I travel anymore because I don't travel for work. And speaking of work, my boss has left for Europe for the next month. So he is obviously not in the office. My one coworker that's on my team that should be in the office with me is up in Idaho for the week, watching his grandkids, or his grandkids, while his son and daughter-in-law are in Brazil. So the son gets to go to Brazil, hang out for a week or so, leaves the kids, and my coworker gets to stay behind. Boss is in Europe. The only trip I have coming up is Tennessee. That's a fun one though. It's gonna be slingshot shoot. Not even a tournament, just a fun gathering that I am very much looking forward to. I went last year and had an absolute blast. One of my closest friends lives in Tennessee, right around about a 15-20 minute drive from the area where we'll be shooting. So we'll be coming in every day. It's every day, but the shoot really starts Friday. It'll be wrapped up by almost like Friday night, and then or Saturday night, and then Sunday we'll kind of get up and start taking things down, and people will be leaving. I'm leaving Monday as well, or I'm leaving Sunday. But I'm catching a later flight. And the area where we're gathering and shooting is about an hour and a half outside Nashville. So the drive to Nashville, of course. So, it's all right. It's not that bad of a drive. As long as I don't have flights delayed That could be the last time going out there. Last year, my flight was delayed significantly. Ended up missing up like a couple hours of my trip, so I got in really late. I think I got to the hotel close to midnight, and I should have been there at like 5 or so in the afternoon. And then the airline had the audacity to call me and say, you know, we're overbooked. Would you mind taking a later flight? And I said, absolutely not. You know, I should have been there at this time. Now I won't get there until like 4 hours later. You already screwed me out of this many hours of my vacation. I'm not flying in tomorrow. Not happening. I was a little upset they called me in the first place because I have surprisingly still have status this year. Normally with the status that I have, you don't get called to get bumped. They don't do that with people with status, generally speaking. So I was not too happy with the agent that called me. Of course, you don't know, they were just doing their job and didn't take it on that individual person. I said, you know, not, absolutely not. Because of this, the airline you've already taken away a good couple hours of my vacation, because I should be in the air right now. And now I'm not getting in until 4 hours later than I should. And I want to take another flight later? No, not interested. Thank you. Have a nice day. So we originally booked that flight for last year. It's supposed to leave in the morning. And then with the flight changes and everything with the pandemic, they changed that. Couldn't get a later flight, and then I got delayed and everything else. So I was not a happy camper by the time I got to Tennessee. It was super late. I think the only thing that was a saving grace was I got to meet up with Marion. We went out and had dinner and hit the road. On my hour and a half drive to this place outside of Nashville. In the dark, on like two-lane highway. Interesting little drive. The way home is beautiful. Man, that was a great shave. I thoroughly enjoy this scent, man. So good. Oh, so good. Too bad you can't get it. It's an office day. Although my team won't be there, so it'll look good. All right, we're gonna call that good. Cold water rinse. Finish off with a little bit of witch hazel here. And then we'll finish off with some Irish moss, or Sir Irish moss. For those that don't speak German. This is some really good stuff. I originally got this to pair with tabak. Although they smell nothing alike. This is more of a kind of I'd say more of a fougere. Or fougere-esque. I don't recall all the scent notes on it, but not quite fougere, but similar. Oh man. I will say this soap does not smell exactly like the Splash. I've never smelled the shave stick of the English moss, which the soap is based off of. But I assume it is very similar to that of the of the splash, but not quite exactly the same, because it's really hard to get a splash and soap to smell exactly the same due to the medium for which that scent is delivered. Anyway, man, that was phenomenal. So Moss in the CK6 Doppelgänger line, sadly Unobtanium. The custom scale Dovo by wonderful John June. Man, I wish I could get these scales to shine on this camera, because John did a phenomenal job. You can't really see it, but the little wedge here is also blue to match the Dovo. And that's just, oh, beautiful. Beautiful work, John. Love this thing. The bowl, of course, HC&C. And of course, I have other bowls I thoroughly enjoy, like the DR Harris one. The splash. Oh, the ever beautiful Sir Irish Moss from Moirut and Wets. You can't tell that it says Sir right there. And then the brush, seriously one of my absolute favorites, quickly became one of my favorites, is the Muta Hexagon with a synthetic knot. I think this is a 24, even a 22 mil knot. But it's a great brush. Highly recommend it. Links to all the stuff will be down below of course, Grown Man Shave and other places you can find the Dovo. And the splash. Can't worry about the splash. But now I'm rambling. Thank you guys again for tuning in. And I'll catch y'all next time.